I'm going to talk to you today. I'm not going to talk to you about investing in cryptocurrency. I'm not going to talk to you about investing in stock. I'm not going to talk to you about investing in property. I'm going to talk to you about investing in you. And that investing in you starts here. And that's where all of our challenges start, is in our mind. And I want to be able to, for you to understand that, today is not a spiritual thing. Today is money thing. I want to talk about money. Tomorrow when we come to church, Pastor's going to put together a good sermon and we're going to hear about some spiritual stuff. Today I want you to think about money. I want to think about how do I acquire money and what is the objective and the purpose for me to acquire money. And for you to be able to understand the necessity of why you need money, my wife is going to pass out a folder, each one of you. And I would like you to take this first sheet, and I'm going to give you 5 to 10 minutes, and I want you to do something. And that sheet is a net worth calculation worksheet. Sometimes people think they don't need to invest or everything is going good, but you'll find out that what is your net worth? What is your value? What do you have that is an asset beyond just a paycheck? And we have to get to the point, folks of color like us have to start thinking of what do we have to sustain us? What do we have to be able to leave behind? It can't just be, I got a job and that's it. Because when you end up that job, when you end up at my age, get 65 and you start saying, okay, wow, man, I'm getting Medicare now. Wow, shucks, how much time I got left to be able to make some value out of my life or to be able to leave something behind. So we have to be able to look at, what do you have? Sometimes, we tend to not take a snapshot of our financial status. We just go along and just go along. But if you look at this sheet here, and you'll see that it's saying assets. What do you want? It talks about cash. It talks about real estate. It talks about investment, the market value, and also talks about personal property. Then it also deals with liabilities. What are your liabilities? Household expenses, medical expenses, credit cards, back taxes. Anybody got any back taxes problems?
Oh yeah.
Don't talk about it, my guy. Don't talk about it. We got an IRS guy over here. Look at IRS. Look at. He looking trying to find out who it is. Okay. And then we look at mortgages. The only few folks in here that have got a mortgage. All the rest of us are doing what? Renting. Well, I forgot, there's a third person to have a house. Okay. So it talks about loans, bank loans. It could be educational loans that you have. So you have to be able to look at your net worth and you'll realize that you will come to the conclusion that you're technically broke.
Yep.
You have no financial value to anyone. You do while you're working.
Right.
My wife has value while I'm working. But if I die tomorrow, what does she have? So take a few minutes to look at that. And I put 2 of them in there. I put one of them in there so you can write on it and say, okay, check the boxes to see if you have any of this stuff. And the other one is there for you to take home and then analyze what you really have or don't have. So you got to be able to look at your financial picture to be able to see how am I going to change my financial picture. All right? So I'll stop talking for a few minutes and give you, about 5 to 10 minutes to look at that. First one is just that. Hey, I think I got $500 in the bank. I think I got a tax lien of $500. Just stuff like that. All right, so I will get started. I also do want to thank the Lord that I was blessed to have my nephew come down and visit me today,
Yes.
Justin Johnson. So told him I was having seminars. They see he decided he was going to come. Okay, So, my topic or my theme for our talk today is the time is now. The time is now. And I like to do parallels of things when I talk, so I'm going to parallel this, and if you follow it, you'll see where I'm going. So, question, what changed when you got saved? Why did your friends or your relatives see a change in you? Anybody?
Mindset.
Your mindset changed. Now, you can say, well, I got the Holy Ghost, right? That had something to do with it, didn't it? Sure it did. Had a whole lot to do with it. But something facilitated this change, and your thoughts and your thinking changed. And that directed your actions. So your thoughts and your thinking changed, and that directed your actions. An author back in 1978 said that thoughts attract that upon which it is directed. Thoughts attract that upon which is directed. Because today I want to talk about mindset and getting our mindset in the right frame of mind as to why we need to invest, and why I gave you that sheet there to show that where am I financially and how do I change that? You know, I can come up with all kind of programs, we can do this and do that, but if your mind hasn't changed to be able to say this is what I really want to do, then you're going to still be in the same boat. So when you think about thought attracts that upon which it's directed, if you think about robbing a bank, right? And you think about it long enough, and that's not necessarily you, but people have done that. You visualize it, you think you get away with it, pretty soon what are you going to do? You're going to rob a bank. Because that's where your mind is. Proverbs 23 says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So our thinking regulates our actions. Our thinking regulates our actions. And if we have our mind in the right place, it's going to direct you to a positive nature. If you don't, it's going to direct you to a negative nature. So as I was putting this together, it related to my heart example of King David in 1 Samuel 36. And it said, David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the souls of all the people were grieved, every man for his son and for his daughter. But it said, David encouraged himself in the Lord. So he didn't sit there and sulk and say, oh, they gone and they took all my kids and everybody else. But he encouraged himself in the Lord. That means his mindset had to change from distress to what am I going to do about this? So what did he do? He sought the Lord, went to the priest, and the Lord told him, you can go get your kids back and your wives back. So he acted upon the direction of the Lord. The key word is he acted upon the direction of the Lord. He took action. And that's what's lacking and why we don't get what we want, because we don't take action. We don't change our mind to say that I've got to be able to do this. His thoughts changed from negative to positive. From negative to positive. And everybody recovered everything they were lost. The same man that they were getting ready to stone said, all right, we're ready to follow you. Right. Because they changed too. And that's why we have to follow our leaders. Because if they have a positive attitude, all we need to do is line up behind them and say, if the Lord talking to them, let's go. Today I want to talk to you about this. Your mind. And you know why I think the way I do now? I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give him credit for it. Back in 2018, Elliott Gibson sent me a email. I thought it was Elliott Jr., but it was Elliott Sr. And I'm going to be frank with you. I said, oh man, I ain't interested in no whatever you sell. I'm just be frank. This is how I thought, because I'm going to 20. I wasn't interested because I know what product he sells. But it wasn't him. It was this senior. And he sent me a thing on the law of attraction. Mm-hmm. And first time you get something, I ain't gonna read this. But at the time I was walking. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna listen to it. So I put my headphones on, start walking, and all of a sudden, it's why I think the way I do today. Because it was talking about you have to change your mindset. If you want something, you gotta think about it.
Think about it.
That's why I say the law of attraction is that if you're thinking about money, money's gonna come your way. If you're not thinking about money, money is not gonna come your way. None of us would be married today if we didn't say, she looks pretty nice. I think I want that. Isn't that right? I'm pointing to my wife. So you see, your mind was saying, this is what I want. And then you went after what you wanted. So our mind control is a lot of the direction we go in. So therefore, if we're going to be able to have an attitude about making money, we have to change that. We have the power to change things with our attitude and with our thought. If we want to obtain financial independence, we must change the way we think and how we view money. Everybody, oh, money is bad. I mean, you get saved, you ain't gonna be coming to church, and you're gonna be going on vacation and all that stuff. It depends on how you think. My sister passed away, and we went down to the funeral. Deacon Perry was with me, his wife, Kenneth, my wife, and at the time, you feel, bad about whatever. And I was sitting there getting gas, and at the time I had $53,000 in the bank at my disposal because I was working on the job. And I told the pastor that I was coming back, but I said, I have no money to pay for everybody's hotel and just spend some more time down here. But I said, I need to show the Lord that money is not going to change me and that I'm going to come back and do what I said. Because I would have kept 4 or 5 people out of church that day just because I made a choice to do that. So I said no. So money doesn't necessarily change you if you have your goals and your priorities in your mind in the right place. Money is a good thing. Didn't Solomon say money answers all things? So this food you eating was free, right? We just went, Lord, we need some food today. And all of a sudden, Togo just said, hey, come and pick it up. They said, come pick it up. So stick that little card in the machine there, and you can take it out the door. So we need money, so we can't get around that. Very important thing. Ecclesiastes 1:1-8. Anybody know what that talks about? You don't, I'll tell you. To everything there is a season. And it goes on. I won't go through 1-8. But now is the season for us to make some money.
Amen.
A season. You can't say, oh, well, money is this, and you're gonna have your priorities all mixed up. No. It's the time is now. And the only way we're going to be able to address that is you got to be able to say, yes, it is now. I want some money. If you was at prayer the other day, I said, Lord, bless him with some money. Oh, somebody said, pray for this person and pray for that person. Some brother said, pray for rain. And I turned around and said, man, you got a boat. You got no boat. But we need rain, so that's it. But I'm saying, do we need some money? Yes. Anybody here need some money? Yeah. Does our church need some money? Yeah, some money. Yeah. So if you want money, you gotta what?
Spend money.
What? No. What I've been talking about all the time. You gotta think about money.
Think about it. Yes,
you gotta think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Because when you start thinking about it, things start happening.
Yes, that's true.
So, I told a guy before, I said, I'm going to flip houses. This guy worked for him. He looked at me just like Pastor looking at me right now. And he just kept looking at me. And he finally said, Larry, I didn't think you was interested in that. I told him I didn't care for residential. There's a very good reason. Residential, when you leave, you got to come back, knock on the door. All the commercial jobs, I have keys. I can go in. I even had a key code to the building. So I wasn't really interested in that because I sometimes have to leave. And then here you come back 2 o'clock, knock on somebody's door to start working again. So I avoided that. But he said, I didn't know he was interested in that. So now that let me get a few things going and then we can do something. Because I said it because I was interested. You know who got me interested? Pastor Young sent me the thing for Tariq El Masoul on flipping houses. What she sent me for one other thing, but I saw something else. And so therefore it was on my mind, so I talked about it. When I talked about it, then pretty soon opportunities came up. So if you're not thinking about making money, if you're not working to that end, you're not going to get there. So we have to change the perception about money. You need it. You got to have it because we can't do anything without it. And it has to be your second consistent act of faith and belief. Why did I say second consistent act of faith and belief? What's your first?
God.
Say it again.
God.
God. We have a lot of faith.
Right.
But I'm just saying now I want you to channel it in a different direction. So wealth will not come on its own. Is that right?
Amen.
It will not come on its own.
Amen.
You have to pursue it.
Pursue it. Faith.
You have to desire it. And you have to seek it out. But that comes with a different mindset and a change. Earl Nightingale one time before said, the mind is like the earth. A farmer plants 2 seeds, one corn, one a poisonous plant. He waters it, both of them grows up together. It doesn't care what's planted, it's going to grow. If you plant negativity in your mind, it's going to what?
Grow.
If you plant positivity in your mind, it's going to grow. So you have to determine what you want to put in your mind and how you want to perceive what you put in your mind. It's all about how you think. If you think you're poor,
You're gonna be poor.
Yes.
you think you'll have a bad day?
You don't have a bad day. You gotta change the image.
That's right. You have to change the image. I didn't have too much of a problem with this fast until the first day. But you know what the problem was? I waited too long to eat. About 3 o'clock. And all of a sudden it was just like, oh man, I'm so dog tired, and it was that. And you know, and also I'm gonna get to later where you gotta follow the guidance of the Lord. You gotta eat, because then all of a sudden you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna go through these weeks and like, man, this is killing me. It wasn't killing me. 12 o'clock, I said, let me go get something to eat. I was, 1 o'clock, okay, let me go get something to eat. Because we have gotten together for what? A purpose and a goal. And if we can get together for a spiritual purpose, what do you think would happen if we got together for a financial purpose? And had the same mindset and willingness to work together. So I had talked to Deacon Gibson a while back when I was thinking about this, and I told him I wanted him to share with us what he and I talked about or what was on his mind. Deacon Gibson.
Praise the Lord, saints.
Praise the Lord.
First give unto God, to pastors, ministers, deacons. Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise God.
What I'm going to talk about today is it's not directed to anyone in particular.
Okay.
Just for, but mostly I really want to talk to the young people. But all of us are young, right? I'm the oldest one in here, I think. Oh, one missionary.
She's young.
Yeah, she's young too. Anyway, but the subject I have to talk about today is getting your finances in order. How many of you all in here can give me like $2,000 if I ask for it tomorrow? Just give it to me. Anybody? Just give it to me.
Oh, give it to me.
Just give me. How about 1,000? Can anybody just give me 1,000? Nobody? Okay.
I can get it.
All right. All right. The whole point is we are in need of money. And money is, the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay? But we need money to operate in this world and this reality that we live in. We need money. Now, many years ago, even before I was saved, I remember my father, when we lived in Louisiana, my father worked at Sears Roebuck Company. He was a janitor there, but yet he fixed washing machines and all these kind of things like that. And so that kind of came a part of me, fixing things and operating things like that. And I remember when we moved from Louisiana, my father was a hard-working man. I remember he used to ride a bicycle to work, and we didn't have a lot, but we never went hungry or anything like that. I don't remember feeling poor or not having things. We always had the things that we need. But when we moved out here, my father, he tried to get a transfer, but Sears wouldn't give him a job out here. And so anyway, my uncle was a union man, and he worked at the racetrack, and he got my father a job. Anyway, my father, he didn't have a high school education. When he came out here to California, he just worked as a laborer, you know. My uncle got him a job at the racetrack. Anyway, he decided to go back to school to get his GED, and after that, he became a welder, and he ended up working at United Airlines as a welder. But he was in a special field. He was welding aluminum. Anyway, that was a high-paying job. Anyway, I told you all of that to tell you that my father was a hard-working man. He had a vision of supporting his family, taking care of his family. And those things kind of motivated me because I saw him do these things. Now, as Christians, we see our parents, they worship God, and they do this, they do that, they support us, and it's an imprint on our minds. We can say we're going to do things, but if we have to do the things. What they say, a picture's worth, how the saying go? But anyway, a picture's worth at least 1,000 words. Okay, so we can talk all we want. We can talk about making money, but if we don't get in that environment of showing our children how to make money, we will be. The cycle goes on. We won't have anything to leave them, and they won't have anything to leave their children. I can truly say today, if I died today, my son and my daughter they would have, substantial amount of money, because through the years, we put things aside and the Lord has blessed us. But the thing I really want to lay on your minds is you have to think. You think poor, you will be poor. You think wealthy, you will be wealthy. Somehow these things just kind of, the Lord just make them come to fruition, into
fruition.
That's it. Now, I have a lot of stuff to tell you, but I want to go into this right now. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But you all remember maybe about 3 years ago, the pastor, I think it's Pastor Price, he asked us to, she presented something like this to us. It was saving, she wanted to save a certain amount of money each week. But the week was a little too difficult for me to do, so I found a thing to do this for a month. I'm just going to just pass those out, please. I'm just passing these out. You can use these tools, but you don't have to use them, okay? But I found out that I listened to what my pastor said, and I started saving once a month. Yeah, I was only getting paid once a month, so that's why I didn't go to the week because the month was much easier for me. Anyway, I did this. At the end of the year, I had $1,300 in my account that I didn't have to use. But anyway, the point is, she gave me a plan, and I followed the plan. Okay? Now let me get on with the lesson here. We have to change our mindsets. We can do anything that we want to do if we put our minds to it. As I was talking about my father earlier, he gave me a mindset. He changed my mindset. He set it in a certain direction. And so when I was growing up and I went to college, I just went to a junior college, but I decided to move out of the house. You know, so I decided I was going to buy a house, and I said to myself, it's just me. I said to myself, I will not pay rent. That was all in my mindset. Nobody told me about it, but I saw what my father had did through the years. It just kind of came within it was a part of me. Anyway, I said to myself, I will not pay rent. And so I came to San Jose and I bought a house. The house was like $36,000.
Wow.
That may sound small to you, but at the time I said, I ain't gonna pay no $36,000 for no house, because my father bought a house for $11,000. That was a long time ago. You can't even get a room for that now. But anyway, I had the mind. I said to myself, I won't pay rent. And well, I actually ended up paying rent for about a month until the house got built. But the thing is, I didn't waste a lot of money. I figured renting was just throwing money away. And so the Lord just blessed me. But He gave me that mindset, you know, that I didn't want to pay rent. It was all in my mind. And another thing I thought about, I wasn't even in church. I was telling myself I will retire at 45 and travel. You know what time? You know how old I was when I quit my job? 45.
Wow.
And I was going to Fiji, Cook Island, all these different places. A man thinketh, so is he.
So is he. That's
You
the
know,
word.
so you have to think positive. Don't say I can't do this. My wife always said, no, don't say that. You have to think positive. All right. And my wife is a very positive person, by the way. So I have a good wife too. And that's another thing. The Lord blessed me with a good wife, and so back to this finance. Now, as I said, you can do anything that you want to do with a positive mindset. You can do anything you want to do. Now, I was looking at YouTube last night, and I found out it only takes 20 hours to acquire a new skill if you have the proper things in place. You just can't do things. You got to have things in place. In other words, as our pastor so clearly said a couple of weeks ago, you got to have a plan. You just can't have any kind of plan. You got to have the right plan, the right plan for you. All right. So it only takes, like I said, 20 hours to develop a skill that you don't have, or if you want to learn a foreign language or whatever. It only takes about 20 hours of total dedication, and you have everything in place. All right. So you got to have a plan. Now, one more thing. I may not have enough of these.
That copy machine.
Okay. Pass those out. Now, I'm almost done. So the key thing is to have a plan and not chaos, but order. I was trying to teach my granddaughter about chaos and order. You know, when chaos is in your life, what happens? You have no kind of direction. You're going all over the place. This, that. You don't know what to do. So you got to have the right plan. You can't have chaos in your life, confusion. The wife and the husband, you have to work together. Let me tell you a little short story here. For many years, when I've been married over 45 years now.
Awesome.
And it's a long time. I remember when we first got married, I used to have all of the money. I used to have, because anyway. My wife bring the check there and she put the check there and I would, pay all the bills and all this kind of stuff. And that was not a good thing. I was not very wise at the time. But through the years, Bishop Price used to say, "You and the wife get together." And I said, we never got together. But finally, my wife put her foot down. I think she did. Anyway, we decided to put our monies together. God, thank you, Jesus.
Wow.
Once we put our monies together, everything went smooth.
Amen.
You got money to spend, you got money to do this, you got money to do that, because you're working together. And the Lord blessed our union, okay? And so now things are fine. I don't have a whole lot of money, but I have enough money to leave my children something. So let's get this chaos out of our lives, all right?
Sir.
You may not think you have chaos, but you have to get things in order, all right? You can't be successful if your life is full of chaos, huh? You're worried all the time, you're confused, you're not organized. You got to be organized to get anywhere. How do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time, right? So you got your situations, you have to solve your problems one at a time. You can't take everything and try to solve it all in one time. Now, another key important thing, this may work for some people, but it works for most people. Write your goals down. I gave you that little sheet. Where is it at? What does that sheet? Somebody read that for me?
Write your goals down.
Say it with it. What is it?
Write your goals down.
If
If they're not written down, they're just dreams. When you write things down, it sets off a chain of events that will change your life.
you know that's true. Once you write something down, it does something. It works for most people. All right? So those are the key points I wanted to talk to you about. Money is very important, and it's very important in our Christian life. Church cannot run without money. We got to pay the light bill, air conditioning, kitchen, nice tables. Most churches don't have this. Because sometimes I get kind of upset when everybody's in the sanctuary talking and all this kind of stuff. It's a sacred place in there. Back here, we can come back in, but nobody ever comes back in. You know why? Because most churches don't have a fellowship hall. They used to congregate in the sanctuary. They don't have a place to go. But anyway, we need money. One other thing I wanted to kind of give you an opportunity to get into. I'm into stocks now, stocks and bonds. Now, a lot of people, I remember when I first got saved, I had some stocks in HP. I was so holy, I sold the stock. Too much over righteousness. I was gung ho. I said, I sold this stock and this devil stuff. I was just dumb. Just plain, I just wanted to be saved. And I didn't worry about money, but I came to reality. Now, I'm taking this stock class. And
Stock class.
yeah, it's a stock.
Online?
Yes. It's a lifetime membership, so I can look. I have I can't share too much with you because it's really prohibited. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that I am a day trader, a swing trader. Day trader is you can sell the stock today, sell it in one day. Swing trader, you can sell it through the week. And then most of you all just know stock. Anybody in the stocks here?
Yes.
Okay. But most people put their monies in a stock, say like Google, and they let it ride for years and years and years. The stock goes up, the stock goes down. In a day trader, the stock goes up, you can sell it.
Right.
And then when it comes back down, when it's on the way down, you can buy it and make money on the way down.
Right.
But most people don't do that. They just put it in there and let it ride. But the stock keeps going up and down and up and down. But if you're a day trader, you can make money here, make money when it's going down, make money when it's going up again.
Right.
So your profits are much more. And then there's options. And options is 10 times as much. You get more leverage with options. But anyway, if you're interested in that, see me and I can hook you up with the right personnel so you can pursue that. That's just only one thing that one option that you have. So there's many ways to make money in the stock market. Many ways. Now, I just named a few. But if you're interested, I say come see me, and I can hook you up with that. Anyway, the main thing is you got to do something. You can't just sit here, and you got to leave the children something, and the other children something. I want to leave my grandbabies something, my granddaughters something. And if I don't do things, if I don't do something, my children won't do anything. And so we as adults here, we have to lead the way. Like my father, he left that thing in my mind, to work hard, and and get something. When I look at the church, you see mostly poor people in there. It doesn't have to be. I mean, just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you can't have money. Oh, and by the way, the stock market doesn't care if you're black, doesn't care if you're white, cares if you're short, you're tall, underweight, overweight. The stock market just set your money. All right? If you don't have none, you can't really make any money. It takes money to make money. So that's why I gave this little saving thing, so you can start making a little money. This is, by the way, the stock market is not something that you can make money overnight. Some instances, if you're real smart enough, you can, and you've been in it long enough, you can make $1 million a day. Seriously, I made at least $1,000, $1,800 in one day, or in 1 week. But it's fake money, so it didn't really count. But it can be done. But if you put your mindset, we can do what? Anything we want. Thank you.
All right, I thank Deacon Gibson for that. And I will continue with my dissertation. All right, my next session is on faith. And I have down there broke, and more broke. So why are we broke? So you filled out this net worth sheet. I know there's some more details on that. But think about it. Why are we broke? When I say broke, I mean, we have money to pay bills, right? We pay our mortgage expenses, but we have not acquired any wealth or any assets. And we serve a powerful God that controls all riches and wealth. And we are broke. Me too. So Deacon Gibson alluded to that, and I have the same thing here. Will my wife be able to maintain the lifestyle that she currently enjoys while I'm gone? Or when I'm gone? Or will they be talking about Deacon Johnson, how he left his wife? Pastor already told me she said she'd talk about it. She'd be over there crying, oh, Deacon Johnson, he didn't leave his wife nothing. So my aim today is to stimulate your mind to see that change is necessary, and we should act upon that desire for change. And why we need to invest, and it should be a significant part of what we do for our well-being and for those we leave behind. All right? And here's the key. We have shown our faith in God and others by our actions. Think about this. We have shown our faith in God. Word faith, faith, faith. Think about that. By our actions and how we conduct ourselves in God. Some of us have been here since the church started. Some of us have dedicated 30, 40, 50 years of our life to serving God. And we are what? It's bad. All right. But we've done it because we're working out our soul salvation, right? How many of you said, oh, it's been 20 years, the Lord ain't came, so I quit? You didn't quit, you're still here. You're still working at it. All right? So I have here, so why, as faithful apostolic Christians, we are broke, living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth? I think Pastor, you said that, or one of y'all said it the other day. Pastor Young was in Bible class talking about that. Hand them out, hand them out. Don't have anything. And I believe that we have to channel that same faith that we have for our salvation towards our financial goals. The same fortitude, the same desire, the same energy and effort to be able to say, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it sink or swim. I'm going to make it work because I have faith in God, and I'm channeling that faith towards money, towards financial success, towards a financial goal. So we have to channel this faith to generate wealth. Does it take effort to be saved? Does it take effort to be saved? Sure it does. It says, the Bible even talks about, it says, many are the afflictions of the righteous. We're afflicted, but we still keep going. Why? Because you said, I'm making it to heaven any kind of way that I can. And we have to have that same mindset. I'm back on that again. The same mindset to be able to say, I'm going to take this challenge. I'm going to run this course, this goal for what I want, to be able to generate this finances with the same intensity and desire to be able to accomplish what I need. Because that's what it's going to take. I show a lot of faith. Deacon Perry shows a lot of faith. Because he can't tell you 6 months from now what he's going to be working on. And I can't either. I have no idea what job I'll be working on 6 months from now. And that's always been the way it is. But I know that I trust God. I still keep giving. I still keep serving him because I know he's going to make a way. And now my desire in my mind is to say, now, Larry, you need to take that up to the next level. Because where I'm at now is not getting. I don't have a reserve to leave her on my wife. But I've got to be able to do something about that. So if it takes effort to be saved, it takes effort to make money. It takes effort to channel your thoughts to that, to be able to stretch out on faith and say, I'm going to do this. I don't know how it's going to work out, Lord, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm trusting you. So here's the thing that Earl Nightingale said, self-help author, and I will read it to you. He says, people are where they are because that is exactly where they really want to be.
Good one.
Whether they want to admit it or not. He says, we can let circumstances rule us, or we can take charge and rule our lives from within. And it's a true statement because God has given us the power to change anything we want to change. We don't have to stay where we don't have to live where we are now. Even if you don't have money for a house, you can turn around and go to another apartment. You can get tired of the car you drive and get another car. Women do it all the time. They're tired of their hairdo, they change it. So we can change anything we want to do. So if you're in a rut, you're in a stuck situation, you're there because you want to be there. If you broke because You want to be broke. It's your choice. You can get out and go on another job. I thought about that the other day. I said, wait a minute. You come to church Sunday, right? You come to church Sunday night? No, it's not a negative, Pastor. I'm going somewhere with it. We come Tuesday, and then what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got all this time to do whatever we want to do. So I was guilty the other day, Sunday night, right? I'm like, we can't be doing this and that. And I sat up there and binged on Amazon Prime, watching Reacher. 2 o'clock in the morning. So, when I'm broke and don't have any money,
Reacher.
Netflix. How many of you have been on Netflix? Hours, and they suck you in. They stop you right there, and then they start it up again. And then pretty soon, that's why it's 1 o'clock. You're like, oh man. Then they show you another one. You're like, oh man, I'm looking at the clock. And how much time I'm wasting? My office is a mess. I'm trying to do this lesson. I'm pushing stuff out of the way so I have somewhere to write. So I'm in the condition that I am because that's where I want to be until I decide to change it. And I decided to change one. I got tired of back taxes. I got tired of being handicapped because I couldn't do anything because I knew I owed the IRS a bunch of money. I still do. But I made up in my mind that I'm going to pay them.
Amen.
The tune of $2,700 a month. Probably until I die, unless I make a whole bunch of money in between there, which I will. Which I will. But the point is, I got tired of saying, I can't get a house because they're going to lean it the minute I get it. So we can change our circumstances. And we have to remember the scripture says, render to what? Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. So we have to pay taxes. So we can change our circumstances if we choose to. So back again, why are we broke? And how did we get to the place we want to go? And it's got to be faith and action. I always got to put that word on there. Action, because James 2:20 said, faith without what?
Works.
You know it. So you want some money, but you don't do anything about it. So you don't have no faith. Mike, we always talk about that. The sinners have more faith than we do. They do for money, but they don't for salvation. They do for money and things they want, but not for salvation. So that means we got to turn the same faith we have for salvation,
Right.
money. And you know what? Then the Lord is saying, you're going to run into the problem, but you will overcome because you know you got to keep going. I made the promise, and all you got to do is follow it. Is there any new promises coming from God? Is He saying any new word, any new revelation?
No.
Everything is done, He's already said. If you want it, it's yours. You got to go get it. John 1:6-7. But when ye ask, you must believe and not doubt.
Amen.
You must ask and believe and not doubt, because one who doubts is like the waves of the sea, blown and tossed. This is the New English version. By the wind. That person shall not receive anything from the Lord. That's why we don't have anything, because our faith is like this. God said, I don't give you nothing. You have faith to stay saved. Oh, hey, here you go. You need a little more strength. Here you are. I got you. I need some money. Netflix. Oh, okay. Sit there. Warriors. They're making millions. And I'm broke, sitting there.
For real.
Hours watching them play.
Concerned about that.
So God is not going to do anything for us. What did He do when He went back to His own city at the time?
No miracles.
He tried to do miracles. What did He do?
Couldn't do
He
no
did little miracles because of their unbelief. So I concluded one day I was driving along and this was just something was bothering me, and I want the Lord to do something. And all of a sudden I had to say, wait a minute, Larry. The Lord is not going to work in a negative environment. And that negative environment was my mind. So I said, hey, everything's going to work itself out. Then all of a sudden it did. Simple as that. We sit up there and worry about stuff we cannot control when we should say, Lord, I said today, Lord, this is your problem. This is your church. In my church, these people come here to worship you. You the one who needs to take care of it. When you gonna do it, Lord? I told my wife one time, said, tell the Lord you want your money. She said, I want my money. And I said, tell him again you want your money. And I said, you need to stop talking to the Lord like that. You better wait till he decides what he wants to do. So, doubt. We don't believe it's going to happen to me. We don't believe it's going to happen to me. Do you really believe you're going to get some money?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really believe that? Okay, then we're going to expect to see.
Amen.
And I want you to tell us about it. Because it says testimony is a blessing to everybody else. Share your wealth. You said you're going to do it. Now let's see you do it. You believe the same God I believe. Let's see if you're going to do that. But I taught a lesson, Sunday school lesson once before, and I can't remember exactly what it was talking about that time, but I asked the Lord, I said, why did we don't get what we want? And he actually laid on my heart that we were part-time believers. Good one. Part-time believers. We have faith to a point. Let me stop. First obstacle hit. Oh man, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work out. As I work on my mind, I'm saying as I read the scriptures, remove all roadblocks, speed bumps out of my mind. Why am I reading it if I'm not gonna believe it? Why am I reading it if I'm not gonna believe it? So it takes effort to get your mind where it needs to be. Lord has already said what we can have. Therefore I say unto you, whatsoever things you desire when you pray and believe, ye shall receive them and ye will have them. That's clear, right? I mean, everybody can agree to that one. Clear, right? It says also again, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believes. But then I got to go back and say, bro, we ain't got nothing. Where's our money? Where's our wealth? Where's all this effort we've been given? All these tithes and offerings and all these sacrifices we make? You think that when Bishop here, I wanted to fast till 4 o'clock? I woke up sleepy. Stay sleepy all day long. But I'm working on my soul salvation. Going there, folks eating lunch. Gee, but you did it because you wanted to do what was right. Now I got to take that same energy and put it towards some things that I want. Because I can be a blessing to you if I have some. I can't be a blessing to you if I don't have anything. So, if you really believe, you will act upon that belief. And you expect it to come to pass. If you believe you're going to have some money, then now you got to put forth that effort to work for that money. And then it will become to reality. That's called faith in action. So we get to this important thing about saving money. And I have here, but why are we financially in the state that we're in? Why are we broke? And we got scripture to back up everything. Because if we were doing what the Lord was saying, if He was leading us and guiding us, then God doesn't know how to drive my ship. God doesn't know how to drive my car because I'm in a terrible place. I'm in a bad shape. It's got to be that. But no, it's not. God is us. And I can tell you the scripture, and most of you can quote it. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Mike knows. Proverbs 3. Huh?
Just a little bit.
And what? Lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct thy path. Has God directed you in the path that you're in right now? Has God directed you in the path that you're in right now? Me? I'm talking about me. No. I've been in charge of this ship. I know where I want to go. I'm doing what I want to do, and that's why I'm broke. And the only way I'm going to change that is that I've got to be able to follow the lead of the Lord. So I did. So I saved some money. But it took something to get me to that point. And I'll share this with you. I was one of those didn't have any money. I'm talking about, I conclude this myself. I said, I would go from money to broke. I meant broke. I meant nothing. There was no savings. Is that right? Nothing. Now when it was kind of bad, and most of the time I know a white work abroad, and I ain't gonna bother with money. I'm saying, hey, you got some money. Now I had money because I've been on a bunch of trips, right? Get on those planes for free. So I didn't have anything. I only had a credit card, which was a $500 secured card. Now you can't get nothing with a $500 secured card. And I was in a bad cycle. But as Mother says in our lesson now, but God, He came to my rescue. Nobody taught us the importance of saving. Nobody taught us the importance of benefits of good credit and what a credit score would be. So the Lord decided to teach me. So He sent me my good friend, Gallup.
Oh.
Yeah. So the Lord cared about me. So He sent me Gallup. Right in the middle of the job, right as we got back from the trip, broke, didn't have no money. And I'm like, Lord, what in the world is this? My wife had to take me to the hospital. It was the first time I ever rode in a wheelchair. She had to push me in there because my foot hurt so bad. And those crutches you see now, that's when I got those crutches. And the Lord laid on my heart because I barely had $68 to pay for the gout medication. I barely had $68 to pay for the gout medication. And He said, Larry, if you don't save your money and you were still in this state, you'd be on the street in a couple of months because you have now. So I decided at that time that I need to change. So sometimes the Lord will force you into change. You know, you may not like the way He does it, but if He cares about you and loves you, He'll force you to make a change. So I made a change, and I started with $10. And then when I thought about spending that $10, I said, I need some gas. I said, no, I'm going to go ask my wife for some money. Hey, I need some money for gas. So I left the $10 there. Then we got together. I said, hey, we need to save some money. And then that's when we started saving. And she's still giving me money today to put into our savings. And that's why we have some money, because the Lord said, you're going to be out in the street unless you do something. And so therefore, He got my attention. Therefore, He got my attention. But look what He had to take to get my attention. But I'm glad He did, because now I have a better mindset. So He did it again just recently. Got gout in my knee. Got gout, yes, in my knee and in my arm. I didn't know it at the time, but after I took the gout pills and the pain went away, then I realized that. Because the pastor and I have been talking about that. Pastor, what you saying now? You go out and hire 2 people. But I know I need to hire 2 people because my goal, my mindset was to change my direction. Because I'm 65 and I can't keep lifting stuff. 80-pound bags of concrete, like that one. Push the truck. Getting old is, y'all might be young, but getting old, I used to talk about your mother. Y'all, you know, and I stopped. And Mother Price, stopped talking. No, I understand now. Because your body changes, and your mind says, I can do this, and your body, no, you can't. And it's true. So, I need to hire somebody, right? All of a sudden, man, I have to grab my pants and pull my leg in the truck because it hurts so bad. And my arm was hurt. And so I was talking to the sheetrocker that just finished work, and he was saying, you know, Larry, you need to hire somebody, you know. And the Lord was saying, yes, you do. That's why you hurt. You can't do anything. Can't work. So He forced me again to make a decision. And I made the decision. This guy's costing me $1,500 a week. You can see why I was hesitant. $1,500 a week. But I'm paying him. And I'm going to keep paying. And I'm going to keep it. Because I'm going to make more money.
Yes.
And the Lord is blessing. I was telling the pastor the other day, I said I had a job for, I didn't want the job because I didn't want to start having 2 jobs, bouncing back and forth. So I was like, I just looked at my computer and I just said, I'm charging for this, charging for that, and you know. And they decided, they took the job. Okay.
Come on.
And now I look and say, I don't know what I'm charging him all this money for. But the Lord has blessed me to have it so that I can take care of this guy that I need. So the Lord is making a way. But we've got to be able to say, Lord, lead me. Which direction you want me to go? And that's what I'm learning to do, is be able to say, okay, Lord, I done messed up. I done made all of these tracks and went this way. What do you want me to do now? And I'm so thankful that Pastor Young just said, sometimes the Lord doesn't talk to you. The Lord going to He's going to talk to you in your voice. So all these years he's been talking to me, and I'm thinking it's me. But I know it wasn't him when he said fast. So So that made a change. So I started saving and everything changed. Because when you save money, God say, I can trust you. Because all of a sudden, I ain't gonna say how much we have, $1,000 sitting there. I didn't spend it. What? It took a while to get this stuff. What am I gonna spend it for? I want to add to it and make more. And all of a sudden you find out that, you ain't gonna see me buying no Nike shoes and all that stuff. I ain't wasting my money on that stuff. It's in a reserve. It's there for a purpose. It's there for a reason. Now is the time to be able to say, oh, I can invest in what we want to do because I have some money saved up. And if I listen to the Lord, then he'll continue to lead me in the right direction. And that should be all of our focus and goal, is to let the Lord lead you in the right direction, because we have not been letting him lead. If not, you could take that sheet there and say, oh man, I'm in the plus, man. I got $500,000. I got this or that. I can't say that. I know I'm in the negative of tax situation, but I'm going to change that because I have the power to do that. So we have to be able to look at what we're going to do to change things. All right? If you have some money, you can take advantage of opportunities when they come around. And the scripture that backs that up is Ecclesiastes 9:11. It said, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor net riches to men of understanding, nor favor of men of skill, but time and chance happens to them all. There are opportunities that come along, and it's like this window. And here it goes. I'm passing all of you. Passing all of you. I'm passing all of you. See, right now, their opportunity is gone because the window is here. It's at your table. But it's moving. Up. Passed y'all up. Now it's over there. Charlie Munger, a billionaire with Berkshire Hathaway, said to Elon Musk of Tesla, and it was this lunch. It said, I was at lunch with Munger in 2009. He told the whole table all the ways Tesla would fail. He made me sad. This is what Elon said. He made me sad, but I told him I agree with all those reasons that we would probably die, meaning the company, but it was worth trying anyway. Today, Tesla is currently the world's most valuable car maker with a market capitalization of $9.3 billion. If he would have turned around and said, oh, okay, yeah, you're right, it ain't gonna work, he wouldn't be one of the billionaires today. He got so much money now, he's wasting no time to send somebody to his face. So Musk took advantage of the effort that was put forth, and this is the results. So when we're going to talk about opportunities, Minister Tyrone, how old are you? 43. And you take 16 years away from your age, how old are you? It's okay if you kind of off.
16 years?
16 years.
Thank you, 27.
27. 16 years ago, I was 49.
Oh, wow.
49 years old. The other day, see that coincidence doesn't happen with the Lord. There's a reason why he shows us stuff. So my wife is cleaning out her office. She said, here, you might want to use this. Can use this information. It says, Light of the World Real Estate Investment Group, Limited Liability Corporation.
Yes.
2006. My name is even on it. And I had to call Deacon Rogers and say, what was this about? It had her initial management, had Elder Tai Baity, Deacon Larry Johnson, Adrian Atkinson, and Mondale Eagle as the initial investment manager. They wanted to be able to have a LLC with a capital investment in the form of blocks of $1,000 with the target capital of $200,000. 2006 now. So I did a little research. The median house in 2006 was between $500,000 and $737,000 in 2006. What happened in 2008?
Crash.
Market crash.
Market crash. Yes.
Today, I will read, in January 2022, the median list house price in San Jose is $1.1 billion, trending up 12.7 year to year. So basically the square footage, $745 a square foot. So the houses are now priced at $1.2 million. Didn't have this mind when I was 49. You weren't even married then, were you? No. Didn't think about no kids. Nothing. So an opportunity that was there passed. Now, I'll have to agree without a doubt that, I'm sure, and I told somebody, it's kind of funny that, if Bishop was still around, there would have probably been some monkey wrenches thrown in there and it probably wouldn't have worked anyway. But that didn't stop our thinking to be where it should be. And so therefore, 16 years have gone. At 16 years from my age now, I'll be 81 years old.
Wow.
81. And how old will you be 16 years from now if you walk out of here and say, that was a good talk, I enjoyed myself, sandwiches were good, juice was great, and do nothing? It gives them. Probably be walking by there, I don't care how many vegetables you eat. You'd be 90 something, wouldn't you? That's right. So, we must be ready for opportunities. So who controls chance? God controls chance. All right? Chances come up, opportunities come up, but if we listen to him and serve him, he will lead us and guide us in the path that we should go. All right? So the question is, who's directing your path? Why are you financially off course? How are you going to get back on course? You're going to have to be able to trust the Lord. Either we have not sought his direction or we're not listening to him when he's talking. One or the other. Because we are faithful. All of y'all faithful. I mean, tomorrow, every last one of you probably be here tomorrow morning when the door opens. But that faithfulness seems like not equating to a financial gain. Being prosperous and in good health. So, as I said beginning, David sought the Lord. And then the Lord told him what to do. So we have to start getting to the point where we want to seek the Lord to be able to make money. That's what we're here today about. How do we get our minds focused on making money? And that's got to be our driving force. The Lord has said, simply, it's yours if you want it. And he gives us a scripture. One we all know. Ask and what? No, I'm looking at the other one. Matthew 7:8. Ask and it shall be given. Seek. Knock and it shall. That means work. That means action. That doesn't mean, oh Lord, I want this, and okay, I'm waiting. I know you're coming. I see that bag dropping from heaven already. It's coming. It's coming. No. It doesn't work that way. It says, seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be open to you. That means there's some effort. Once you seek, and it might be, hey, where is it? I got to have this thing. And he says, if you do that, you shall receive. Everyone that asketh, what? Seek. And he that seeketh, findeth. And him that knocketh, it shall be open. So what more can he say? What more can he do? What more scriptures do you need to be able to accomplish whatever financial goal you want to get? There's no more the Lord can say. So, where do we go from here? You must think about money. And this is a summary to obtain it, and then act upon that thought. There is a window of opportunity, as in Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, everything there's a time and a season. And if this is the season, then we have to do something about it. It says, thought attracts that which it is directed. So if you think about money and work towards that end, then it will come. As the person says, you can't make money, you got to earn money. As he says, the only place that makes money is men. But we have to earn it by giving services, and then people pay us for our services. Nothing can stop a person with faith and purpose. If you got a purpose and you got faith, you'll be able to accomplish anything you want. We have to have persistence. Because it said persistence is a form of faith. Because why would you persist if you didn't have faith? So, what is your goal? What is your purpose? What is your goal? What do you want to accomplish? You've got to have some kind of direction and angle you want to go to. You can't just, I want to make money. I'm going to walk out the door and I'm going to figure something out. No, you got to have a purpose. It says people with goals succeed because they know where they're going. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. So define how you want to accomplish your goal for financial freedom. Act upon it and finally seek God for guidance. Jim Rome had a very good, and he passed away also. All these old folks that had good ideas gone. But his name was Jim Rome, and he had a good thing on self-discipline. And it said, it doesn't matter how smart you are or how much you know if you don't use it. Right.
Yeah.
You could be brilliant, but working at McDonald's. What's the benefit of all that college education? Right. So you got to think about future generations. Think about future generations and build generational wealth. That's where I'd like Sister Tai to come in and share about future generations and building wealth.
And what is the highest praise?
Are we all on board now?
Okay.
I won't be long. I think he brought me up when I was sharing with him on Tuesday. I'm a wonderful person. When somebody talking to me about finance, I'm that kind of person. I'm a visual person. And I want to know what this meeting is about. And I think I'm the only one who can answer about it. Yeah, because I was curious. I just don't want to go to another meeting and then just talk. And I want somebody who be doing it, show me, and then, okay, I put 200 here. This is what, and this is what I have right now. Here, show me the paperwork. That's the type of person I am. So I was curious. I wanted to know more. So it led to something else, our conversation, what he actually want me to share with everyone. I'll let you throw in a little bit more into this, why I went those directions with my children. Of course, all of us, we all being taught Jesus is number one, right?
Yes.
We have to instill that in our family, in our children. But it's more than that. We're going to teach them basic life. We're going to teach them life. We're going to teach them standard, or even when they go into the workforce. When my children start working, Nicholas was our learning child and our challenging child. When he got into, when he said, Mom, I want to work. First, they wanted to work while they were still in high school. We told them, no. Your job is go to school and don't get in trouble. All three of them. I had gave them rules since when they were little. 10 rules they had to recite to me when they were in kindergarten, while you went to school, and I don't want the teacher to call me. So I instilled in it when they were little. When they were little young. So when my son got the job, first job, he asked me, Mom, I want to work. And I said, okay, where? There's the Walgreens, but it's closer to the school. And I said, okay, what are the hours? I said, okay, what they paying you? And so he came in, showed me all this, and then I said, do you know how to fill the paperwork? What those deductions? And I say this to my children, I learned from me. When I came here, I came from a different culture. Totally different. It's like throwing into a lion den. You go there and learn on your own, and you go to this workforce because nobody told me about all this. Fill in the form. What the heck is this? What are all these deductions going to come out of that we don't do that in the Cook because medical is free. Anything, dentist is free in the Cook Islands, medical is free. But I came from the island, just there. And we don't pay nothing of those. You've been there. You don't pay none. If I'm sick, I need a root canal, I go to the dentist, get it done, and go home. No money coming out of pocket. So I'm not used to that when I came here. It was a different lifestyle. So nobody educated me how to do those paperwork. So I learned from my experience. So I want my children to grow up the way I was like kind of figuring my way into the American way. But I'm always one that always asks questions on the job. Now, 20 years ago, they said, what, 30? I've been here 30 years. So 30 years ago, I started working about 2 years when I'm 28 because I had to get my immigration paperwork processed. And when I was 20, I said, this sitting at home is not my thing. So get into the workforce, and then that's when all those kick in and trying to understand what all these things that I need to fill in. So when my children start working, so I went through the same thing, explaining to them, do you know what you're filling on that form? And do you know what they're taking their money out for? So Nicholas come home and I said, Mom, what is this? It asked me to sign this or exempt. I said exempt because you're a student. Your child is still under my care for exempt. And I explained to him what that means. That means they're not taking a lot of money off your check. You're going to take more money home. Then I said to him, do they offer 401k? Do they offer 401k? Do they offer stock option? Again, because I learned it from my experience. And I said, I don't know what that is, Mom. Ask. Ask your HR person, ask if they offer. If they do, sign up the paper. Check that box and put a percentage. And I look at it, it's only 20 hours paycheck, whatever that he paying his minimum wage. And I said, okay, I do the math. I said, he's going to bring, and he already calculated how much he's going to bring home. He's going to bring home this much. If they take this out, take this. And I said, okay, I didn't push it. That first thing he was working in Walgreens. Then my daughters came along. I said, they want to work. I said, yeah, when you graduate from high school, now, yeah, you can go work. I did the same thing to them. Their first job, Rachel was at CVS. They all retail. And then Rachel went to Sears. Leah at Sears, Rachel at CVS. I did the same thing to the two of them. Look on the form, check exempt, and then if they do offer 401k, I'm more into those investing. If you can do it through your job, sign up. Sign up on those things. So, and do they offer stock? Do they offer all that? Because I don't know what they offer. And they said, no, oh, Mom, they do 401k. I said, okay, check the box. Just put 2%, 3%, something. Just put something toward that. And so they did all that. Then high school, they graduated high school, they went junior college, and they went to college. That's when real job comes in, right? Now they into making money. So Nicholas got hired, was working with eBay. That was now he's into the field that he was looking into. Now he can see all this stuff that come on, that it's more they offer, finance stuff. So he come home and he said, Mom, I need help on this. So of course, some of the stuff I don't understand, so I'll ask my husband. I said, okay, I don't know what to feel. I said, and my eyes go bigger, and I go, sign up for that one, sign up for that. And I said, especially, you're still living with us. You're still living with us? Put all your money you can save when you get ready to get married. You got all that money saving. I want you to do better. I said to my children, I want you all to do better than us. Children should do better than their parents. When Tristan come older, Tristan should be doing better than Bree and Nicholas. And it goes on to the next generation. We don't just live off of our parents. Do my parents have some stuff to leave us behind? Yes, they do. But I'm not going to depend on that. And if I can, right, I don't have a house. You can buy a house. But there are other ways we can invest it in where you can leave for your children, right? Because all the thing we think about is, a house. There's more headaches going to get a house, right? But you can invest it in, there's stock option, there's other saving thing, you can put saving in those IR account and put it away. Don't tell your children yet. Because they know there's money put it aside. Put it away and put it aside for you. There's other ways. Instead of us just focusing, get a house, get a house, get a house, get this, get a boat, get this. I said, there are other ways. But the way that I was teaching my children, even now, to learn, invest in it. So to share with, when they want a car, all three of them, they bought their own car with their own money. We did not have, right baby? No dime out of our own pocket. My son asked for a car. When he graduated from my, Mom, I need a car. For some reason, they come to me. Mom, I need a car. And I said, okay, you can get a car. Save your money. Whatever money you work in, walk in, save it. And okay, wait. Then he come to me. Can you match it? You can match it. Nicholas is my challenge child. But he's always thinking about money, making savings. That's it. So if I say, this is what he comes to us and says, Mom, if I save 1,000, can you match that? And I go like this. I just tell him, no, go talk to your daddy. So he go to his daddy and I said, can you match 1,000? If I put 1,000 or 2,000, can you match that? He go like this. He's easier. He's more loving. I'm more hard with my kids when it comes to that. He said, yeah, I can match that. Go and save your money. So he went and saved his money. It was 2,000, right? 2,000. We didn't give him the money. He didn't give him match the 2,000. That's a promise, broken promise. He said, Mom, I got a 2,000 to put down. And I said, I just want a car that can go from A to B. And I go like that. You see, if you don't just, I always think about when your Mrs. Pastor Young, if you don't tell the Lord what all you're messing with you, if you don't tell the person what you want, how you want it, that's exactly what you're, I just want A to B. And then the car that can go to A to B. I said to him, we got you. We got your car from A to B. So we went and got a car at one of those dealer places, right? It was a 5,000 Honda Passport, old car. It's an old one. So to make him look like he's getting this luxury car, right? And it was 5,000. So he co-signed it for him. But the payment was Nicholas. But I monitored the payment. I want to make sure it's credit. And I told him this is to build your credit also, son. So I monitored the payment to make sure he's taking care of the payment. So he went and got the car. So I think within 2-3 months, he was driving the car. Mom, that car don't have a CD player in it, and there's no heater in the car, and it is hot. And I'm like, I said to him, what did you ask? Did you ask a car that can take you from A to B? You got it. You got what you asked for. And then I said, you can pay it off, and you can go get another car. So within, I think the same year, the end of the year, he went and paid off the car, right? Then he come back again. Okay, he saved. He grab his and he go work DoorDash or whatever he do it, whatever he does to get money. Then he come back, Mom, I want another car. And I go like this, okay, you got money to put it down for another car? By that time, it's credit. And back with the other one, he asked me between the first car and the one, Mom, I need to build my credit. I need to open some credit card. And I go like, son, we don't work that way. So I said, if you don't work that way, I'm going to help you. To get a credit card, just $300. And then you can build your credit on it. But you gotta pay it, use it. I say use it to get $15, put gas in your car, and then wait about 15 days, then you pay. You do that faithfully for about 6 months. 6 months, I was educated by somebody in finance. 6 months, credit report changes. If you keep it as long as you don't purchase anything within that 6 months, don't damage it for 6 months, you can see it shooting up. So I had to get past one of those messages to Nicholas. Just get that little $315, pay, and whatever. So, and he did that. By the time he sold his Honda Passport, then he went and got the Honda Fusion. He paid that. That one was $5,000, that one was like $12,000, right? $12,000 Fusion. So, he went and paid for himself, done. Then, he become a daddy, my handsome grandson. Then he go like that, Mom? Then he got another job. He's thinking about him now. Finance, back again to finance. So he's thinking his focus for his son. Then he got another job, IT work that offered excellent, good pay, whatever. He said, Mom, I need help to sign up all this. And I said, sign up insurance for your son. Do they offer any other insurance that come through here? Sign up. If there's anything out there covered, sign up. And your stock, again, the stock, your 401k, sign up. 401k, sign up, do it to the max. Why are you paying Uncle Sam? Why are you paying Uncle Sam when you can put it invested in yourself? With the 401k, right, Elder Derek?
That's right.
Don't give it to Uncle Sam all the money. You put it to the 401k, it's all coming back to you.
Right.
And really, it opened up his eye more.
Yep.
So he did everything. They went in, when baby came along, he said he wanted another car. I want another car, people. When I said, you can get another car. You got money to put it down? Because don't be asking for matching for me. You got a job now. You working. I am not matching no money now. You on your own. And so we went and looked for a car for him. But he already had budget in his mind how much he was going to spend. We went in, the guy, and I told him, son, do you know how much we're going to go in there with the plan. How much you're going to put it down? I said, okay. Don't change your mind. If the sales guy tells you, if you do this, if you do that, that's just the way of making money. So stick to your plan. So we went into Ford. We went to a couple where we went to Nissan and see the newer one, and it was nicer and it was brand new. And he go like, no, he liked the Ford one. So the guy, I think it was like a minute. He went and plugged in his information in. He came right back and said, you got what you want? This is the percent. I never seen any young man with a credit like yours. That's what the guy told. And then Nicholas turned around and said to the guy, credit to my mom, because she's on my case all the time, about keeping the credit, paying the bill, how to pay it to get that credit higher. And and then back to the girls. The same way with, I'm giving the testimony because I live with it, and then to share with what I do with my own family. So the girls, Nicholas got his one. They got theirs when they graduated from high school. They didn't want to go and buy stuff. They want to finish college. We had no idea. They were already, I guess, they listened to when I do my talk, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he called, Daddy, I'm sending you pictures. Can you check this is a good car? They said he always feel for the girls. You always have a soft spot for the girls. Yeah, that's a good car. Then, okay, that's a good car. I said, okay, we're going to put money down. I'm going to get them. They both bought their own car on their own. Then he asked them, do you want us to help put a down payment on the car? And they said, no, we got our own money. Bought their car and they delivered to where they pick up, whatever. Rachel got his car in there and then Leah. We didn't put a dime down. But I thank God, but they were listening. I think if they were set in their way, that's one thing I want to thank God. They were listening. And I think one of the things is, because I was constantly, any chance I can get on a one-on-one with them, I just remind them, or either that, I said, how you do with your job? How you do with your finance? Do you have any do you have any questions, whatever? Constantly, I don't just let them go months, months, and then we step in. I know I'm like meddling in there, but they don't have to tell me what they have. But I'm trying to educate them. Don't sign up. And I just told Nicholas the other day, don't be signing up any loan. Don't go in and get all this loan, this one that sent it. And everybody receive those. Or you can get 2,000 and send it to you. Don't sign up those things. Those things will get 65% of those. You get a 2,000, you end up with an 8,000 loan. I said, don't sign up on those. And go through your bank. Go through. Now I can say, with all three of them, at least their credit, they all took out. And one of the things that I've been talking to them is, again, back into buying houses. I said, because all their credits are good, better than ours, higher. I said, why don't you all, I said, why one of you, or the three of you, let's get together, buy a house. We can provide that house at this time. Why one of you, let's go buy a house, then we can all, because all of us, the three of you and the two of us still working, buy the house, and then we can pay it quick. We all move in, pay the house quick, then take something out of that house, and we go build another house for one of us, for one of y'all. And I said, think about it. Nicholas always the one who always come to me because he wants to know more of my ideas. And I said, just think about it. Just think about it. And one of us, all of you in the stage now that we can go and get a loan. And then I explained to them about the 401k. the 401k, what it does. And I'm going to share with you all. I learned it from white folks. You white folks in here? No. I talk a lot with white folks because of the kind of clientele that we come through work. How they get their houses, right? I have one of my coworkers, she's 26, 27. She graduated for you. I've actually trained her. She's a hospital manager now. It's a position I don't want to take. So trainer, prepper, she's the hospital manager, and bought a house last year. She's 27 years old. She told me, you have encouraged me with your talk. This is because I pretty much was encouraged, keep up with your school. You can do it, you can do it, don't give up. And she's working where I'm working. I make more than she is before when she got the house. Went about a house and I said, how are you going to get your house? And I said, I saved this much money. I saved $10,000. But my mother, but they have a house already paid for. My mother is going to co-sign for her. So they took money out of their house to put in more down payment to make up to what it was required. She's living in Gilroy now. A nice 3-bedroom with a big yard. And she bought it for $350,000. Nice. She said, I am going to invite you to come over when everything is all complete, but it's remodeling, whatever, doing everything there. She's 27 years old. And then I look at that, I came home and said to Jerry, if we make more money, put our money together, we can pay a house in if 10 months. And we don't have, and I look at that way, and this is a 27-year-old, not married. She saved $10,000. Her mom took money out of their house, helped to put it. Now she's saying that she's going to stay there at least for a year. They're going to refinance, so it can be under her name completely. So to remove her mom from the whatever. And that motivated me even more to talk to my children about us getting together. We all get together and get along and then buy a house and do that. I think that was the main thing is educate out to them. One of the things I always stress out, you got to do better than us.
Yeah.
Our children got to do better. All of you are going to do better than you.
Yeah.
You too. Then all of you have a children, they're going to do better than them. I know my grandson will be doing better than his daddy. When it's time, we're going to push and lift him up. And the little I can do at this time when I'm still alive, at least to push them to be better. And I think one thing I found out here, that our children is not educated when it comes to that. We're just focusing on Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Even when they were little, and it was focusing on the adults only. They were like, okay, the adults, this is how you're gonna be. But our children, even because when they were growing up, there was no program to help educate basic life living. So when they get in trouble, they know how to bounce back. Because when our children get in trouble, they don't know because parents wasn't teaching them at home or get that support. We just, go ahead, you got Jesus, you'll be fine. So, but I thank God, I thank God that they're listening. They're my children, when they do it, but I see they interested in wanting to do. So thank you, Deacon Johnson.
Thank you very much.
Man, one thing to tie to that, I was, listening to some of the things she was saying, and it was falling in line with my lesson, and I thank the Lord for the opportunity for that. There's a couple of things I put in your package there also, which was, there was one in there from, his name was Napoleon Hill, called Think and Grow Rich, and it was on faith. And you should see it in there. It's a lot of information on there about the simplicity of faith. One that really is interesting says faith is the only antidote to failure. And faith is the only agency through which cosmic forces, which he's referring to God, can be harnessed and used. And there's another one in there which says broke. Y'all see that one?
Yes.
It says being broke is hard. Or being broke is hard. Becoming wealthy is hard. You need to choose your hard. So you can determine after the day whether you just had a good lunch and listen to us talk, or go out of here and apply yourself to that. one of the things that I would like to say, and you know, Pastor, we were talking yesterday, and I'm trying to get back to my last page, is that we were trying to come up with a name for the company, and I Googled a lot of names, and you know, it seemed like everybody had all the good ones. And so it kind of said, you know, give me a name. So I finally came up with one, and I called it Light Right Investments. And so the light is going to make the right investment. And one of those, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details, but we will discuss that if you're interested in coming back, is at the bottom there, you'll see a savings plan to own our own Domino's Pizza franchise. So if you want to jump on the ship, great. You want to watch it go by, that's great too. Because the Bible says where 3 or more are gathered in my name, there I am also. Do you have something to say? Huh? Oh, yes. Come on up there.
If I came on this, I should share something, right?
Yeah.
Background, my name is Justin Johnson. I've been in Sweden for the last 15 years. Moved back recently in July. My passion for education.
Nice.
And one thing I share is that I remember running a business in Sweden, which is challenging. And I said, you know what? My goal was, I was just converting things to US dollars to make it clear. He said, I was doing my business. I said, well, my goal was to make 100,000, right? That's my goal. Didn't make the goal, lost money, right? In my previous relationship, she was like, you know what? My coach says I should double it. She was looking at me like, if you lost money, how you gonna double it, right? That's 200,000 out. You got negative, you know? That didn't work out. But what I like to say is that I didn't quite understand the doubling process, right? Because I was like, I think you always gotta reach out to someone that has done something greater than you to go to a higher level. So I read the book Powernomics, and then I called the company. Claude Anderson is the owner of Powernomics. You've probably seen him on media. Now, his wife picked up. I was like, Miss Anderson, how are you? And she was talking. And she was like, well, I said, my goal is doing this because I like their aquaponics program. And she was like, I said, well, sounds like you got a lot going on. I do. She said, why don't you figure out, like, I'm not saying you can't do all those things, but she's like, what is your core delivery? What are you excellent at? I said, okay, well, I mean, I've been doing consulting for like 15 years. I said, I know that inside and out. I said, okay. But then when you've got that foundation, then you can build those other pieces on that, but you need something to ground you. I said, okay, I can do that. So, long story short, then I started focusing on what I was excellent at, what I was good at. And then I think we finished out at like 190,000, right? And then I never told her that, but what I like to say is that whatever your core delivery is, find out what that is, either your passion or something that comes so natural to you, you can do it with your eyes closed. And if that's your service offering, you have to be excellent in your space. So when I'm doing recruitment for people, I'm like, what are you excellent at? And we need to get you a certification in that while you're in the space, because I want you to be competitive after this assignment is over, right? So when you're growing your business or you're thinking about ideas and you're like, what if it's new? Okay, but just because it's new doesn't mean you can't be excellent at it over time, right? So I think for a long story short, I'd like to say that no matter what your goal is, the doubling process does 2 things. And I knew getting 100 was within my range. I know I could do that. But when I had to double it, I didn't know how. That means I had to grow. I had to grow to even attempt it. So that put me in like a growth mode where I had to get new skills and new talents that complemented what I already had to reach a higher level. So if you see yourself plateauing, like, you know, I can't go further, then you have to ask yourself, am I growing, right? What am I pouring into myself to grow? Like, I'm glad my uncle invited me and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go, right? I had no idea what I was in store for. But because all the speakers poured into me and then we're pouring into each other, then we can actually grow something greater than where we already are. So that's just something I like to contribute to you all. So thank you.
Thank you.
Man, I do want to thank you for that, and he made me think about something. Is that I have this book here called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And if you want to be able to change your thought process, you got to feed yourself with the right information. If you want to be a better Christian, what do you need to do? Read the Bible. You got to read the Bible, and you got to read it consistently. And so if you want to be able to think about mental aspects which change you, this is a very good book. They have it on audio version also. I remember when I was working on the job, I turned on audio, had the headphones in, listened to the whole book. You know, this didn't do anything for me at that time, but it was okay. I listened to it. But basically, you know, when the Lord's ready to, at the set time that He has for you, then all of a sudden that information is there, and you start and you go. Now is the set time, and we need to do something.